Tonight we are going to be using the Abundant Beauty masks from the mini catalog, and I'm so excited to share them with you. I have them scattered throughout because I'm using them on different projects tonight. So I'm going to highlight all of them with you, and we will be using them in many different ways. If you like what you see, you can purchase the PDF of this class that'll have all the dimensions, all the directions, pictures, and all the tips and that kind of stuff, and I'll give you the link in that below this live. Hi Arnetta, hi Melissa, thanks for hanging in there with me. Sorry I'm late. So let's go ahead and take you down to my desk. Hopefully the lighting's better down there. All right, let me get you all squared away. Flip you around. Yay. Okay. So we are going to start with a very, very simple card. This is what it looks like. And I'm just going to give you some tips in using the masks as we do this particular one. I am using the Pretty Peacock. I've already got my cardstock scored and ready to go. Now, what I am going to show you tonight is what I think is a must when using with these masks, and that is to go ahead and tape those little puppies down. They like to get moving on me if I don't. Hi Alex, I am so glad you joined me. So what we're going to do is we are going to do tone on tone with these masks. And we are going to use the Pretty Peacock ink. And the magic happens with the blending brushes. So when you are taking your ink, go ahead and get plenty of it, but make sure you get rid of the blobs of them. And then you just want to come in and you want to do small circles as you're doing this. Now, one thing I'm going to do with this is I am going to hit some of the areas darker than the others and give it kind of a variegated look. I like that in the background. It kind of gives it a little bit more dimension. You can do it all the same if you like. You know, all of these projects you can tweak to your own liking. Thanks, Melissa. I just had my nails redone the other day. I did have them shortened though. I figured out I can't even go and lift paper if I have long ones. Yeah, I'm just not cut out for that. So anyway, what we're doing here is we're just filling in all those little pieces, and you can see how it wants to move. So if I have that taped down, I am one happy camper that way. All right, I think I've got my shading in there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this up, and you can see, if I bring it up, hopefully, you'll see that the background is on there, and those are just leaves, and that's color on color. Very, very easy to do. To clean up these, all you're going to do is take a baby wipe, or if you are close to a sink, just run them under and dry, and that's it. That's all there is to the cleanup on these. I'm going to save that for a little bit later and complete this card for you. So I've got this started. What we're going to do now is we are going to take the leaf stamp from this beautiful set called Cheers to the Season. This one right here. And it gives it a distressed look when you stamp it. I am using the copper clay. And we're going to ink this up. Now, it's going to, when you first use it, if you're not prepared, it's going to look like, oh, I missed some of the spots here. And I need to do it again, but you're not. That's the distressed look you're going for here. All right, now let's see if you can see that. See how that comes out? Isn't that pretty? And then what we're going to do is we are going to fussy cut that out. I know, I said the fussy cutting word, but we're going to fussy cut that out. Now I've taken the liberty tonight. I've gone ahead and I've done the fussy cutting ahead of time, so you don't have to wait on me to do that. So here it is. There's a leaf all done. And I am just going to go ahead and assemble this card. It's very simple. What we're going to do is we are going to, if I can find my, there they are. we are going to apply some dimensionals to the back. And just pop this piece off the front. Alright, just like so. And you guys know the secret to taking these off. Well, probably I should be using my Take a Pick tool. But if you press in the middle, then they pop up on the sides and they come right off. Okay, and we're just going to place that right there. And then we are going to use this beautiful copper, this oxidized copper. It comes 4 sheets in a pack, and what I like is it's 2 different colors. And if I can find the adhesive, okay, remember I prefaced this live by saying you're going to enjoy some giggles with me tonight because, you know, who knows what I'm going to pull. Let's see, where did I put my adhesive? Yes, you know what, we can fake this because I am going to use glue dots. Isn't that lovely? We have all kinds of adhesives that we can use. I'm not going to last with glue dots, I can promise that. All right, so we've got 1, we've got 2. Okay, forget that. Occupy your time right there. Let me get some adhesive. I'm just going to grab whatever I have. Look at this, the old Fast Fuse. I still use mine. I brought up the refills when we were going out. Okay, so here we go. Just like so. Then I have my copper clay ribbon, and we're going to add a little bit of that as well. I'm probably going to trim that, and I've taken the liberty of pre-adding those dimensionals to the back of the leaf. I'm going to add this right here. I think I will go in and trim this a little bit. There we have it. And now, just to finish it off, we're going to use some of the In Color dots here. And I am going to use my Take a Pick tool here. And we'll just add some of these. Okay, there they go. These just tend to finish them off, I think. And there you have it. There's our first card. Now, of course, you're going to want to add in a sheet of Very Vanilla on the inside so you have something to write on. Okay. Oops. Card number 1. Okay. All right. Let's go on. That one was simple. Let's go on to an easy fold card. I have 2 fun folds for you tonight. And this one is going to go ahead and it's going to use the beautiful sunflower that comes in the pack. Whoops. Hey, that was another project. Laugh number 2. All right, this is the card that we're going to make next. And you can see that this is the binding fold here. And I'm going to show you how I did that. Now, with these come 4 masks. So you have the flower here. That is mask number 1. And if you look in the corner of these, there is a number. And it's going to be impossible for me to... There, you can see it. There's a number 1. Then this is number 2, your leaves. Number 3. And number 4. All right. Now the secret to this is absolutely, absolutely, absolutely taping it down, but then there's one more thing you have to do. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to lay this here, and I'm going to decide how I want my flowers to lay. Now notice I'm not laying it perfectly straight. I could, but I don't want to. And I'm going to decide how to lay that because I want as much on my card as I can get, as much greenery, as much flower. Okay, and I think I might turn it just a little bit more. All right, there we go. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tape this down, my washi tape here. But here's the most important part. You have to go ahead, and there's a little notch out of these. You have to mark where that notch is on your work surface so that you can then come back in and line up mask number 2. Hi, Pat. So glad you could join us. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come in and we are going to start with Moody Mauve. Now, normally people might just do one color per mask. Tonight I'm going to actually do 2 colors on this particular mask. I'm going to break out, I want to show you the difference here. I've got some of the smaller blending brushes and some of the large blending brushes to show you. I kind of like these smaller ones to get in the details. So either one will work though. Okay, so we're going to start with the Moody Mauve. Remember what I said, after you pick up the color, get those harsh colors blobs off. Now I want to take this Moody Mauve and I'm going to concentrate this on the outer edges of the flowers. Okay, and I actually think I've got more dark color than I wanted there, but that's okay. Every one will look a little different. Okay, there we go. That one will be a little lighter. And I always overcolor, so you got to be careful not to do that. Don't let yourself go back in. All right. So I have that. Now what I'm going to do, I could leave it like that if I wanted. I am actually going to come in with the Blackberry Bliss. And this one, I'm going to concentrate this color more in the towards the center of the flower. I'm going to really burnish that in there. Get that nice deep color going. And honestly, once you start playing with this, it's like, oh, what other colors can I use on this? It's really kind of therapeutic after a while. And it's hard to mess up, even for me. Okay. A little bit more on that one. Now again, this will all just wash right off and I can use other colors when I'm done here. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to take this off. Show you what I have. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to set that aside. And remember, I've marked this. I probably should have taped that down. If I was thinking, I would have. Okay. I've got it lined up though because I went off the thing, so I'm good. All right, so next I'm going to come in with mask number 2, and I'm going to line that right up there, just like so. And that perfectly aligns my leaves. And so I'll come in and I'll add tape here. Again, that's so key so that they don't move. And we're going to come in with our Mossy Meadow. I love these rich fall colors. All right. And just burnish that in. And here we go. Okay, and next we'll take that off. There we go. Starting to take shape. Okay, Coming in with mask number 3. Now this one I found I do really want to make sure that's lined up good. Okay, and we're going to pull out the crushed curry, and we're going to do our centers. Let's see if I can move that over just a little so you don't have that glare. There we go. Well, hi Sandra, all the way from Guam. How are ya? Stephanie. I agree. It's the circular motion that makes it therapeutic. I agree. All right. Coming in like this. All right, I want a nice bright yellow, so I'm going to make sure that that's good and solid. And now we're ready for mask number 4. Last one. Now, for this one, I chose to use Night of Navy. It's going to look very dark, but it's not quite black. I thought, oh, black is just going to be too much. So when I put the Night of Navy on there, it makes it almost like a really deep, like purple. Okay. So let's put that in. There we go. And it's going to look like, oh my goodness, she's destroying that. Nope. Now typically blue and yellow make green, right? It doesn't though. This one doesn't. Hi Mary, I'm glad you're liking it. I really like these too because, like I said before, it's so hard to mess them up. All right, here we go. Are you ready? And ta-da! Oh, I love it, right? Okay, makes me look like a pro. Yay! All right, so now all I have to do is finish up this card. So let me show you how we're going to do that. You can use either sticky strip or whatever, and I think I have this all ready to go. So you can see I've got the long ways, and I have scored it as well. So I have sticky strip here that I'm going to peel up like so. And that's going to seal that card down for me here in a minute and give it that binder fold. And I'm going to use my linen thread. Now, I like to do this. It saves a little bit. I could take it off and not wrap it quite as much. But see, by not wrapping it all the way around the first time, it saved just a little bit there. You could also take it off and do that over and over. That's a faker way of doing it, is what I call it. Okay, now I'm going to cut that off. Notice I did this before I sealed my card. That's key. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to close that in. Now this gives me that little binder fold, which gives me a neat little smaller card type look. Okay, now I want a bow on there. Notice I didn't try to tie that bow while I had the ribbon open. Instead, I sealed it off, and now all I'm going to do is take another piece and I'm going to slip it in and tie it around there. That makes it easier to do, and it's not so floppy on the card. That's what I call my faker bows, and it just, I don't know, I just like it better. Okay, so we have that. Now we need to finish. So I am going to use a saying from the Charming Sentiments bundle. It has all these things in it, but what's even better is it has the cutout that goes around it. And what I'm going to do here is I am going to adhere this. Oh, I did pick up my other adhesive, didn't I? Okay. And I went ahead and stamped that and cut that out. So I'm just going to place it right on here. I think I might use dimensional and pop it off tonight. And add this to the front. And then of course you'll want to add white to the inside so you can see your writing. And there you have the second card. I really like that. So that's how you can use those. And if you want to compare it to my other one, see how much lighter that one is? Same colors. I just didn't bring in as much Blackberry Bliss on that first one. So, all right. Let's move along. Now this next one is going to use the masks in a different way. We are going to actually use the embossing paste with the masks. So let me clear out my area here. How many of you have used embossing paste? Oh, you like the darker one? Good. I think everybody has their preference. It depends on my moods, I think, which I end up doing. Anybody done the embossing paste before? I like it. It's been a while since I pulled it out. You can get this in silver, but you can also get the shimmering. And I kind of wish I'd had the shimmering for this, but I didn't. So I punted. You could also, if you have the old Dazzling Diamonds glitter, you could add some to this. It would make it really pretty. What we're going to do, I don't think I'm going to show you the card. I think I'm going to leave you in suspense for a minute, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my white, and I'm just going to, that'll be my card base. I'm going to fold that out. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take Azure Afternoon cardstock, and I am going to run it through the Snowflake Sky 3D embossing folder, which I have already done to save us some time. So here it is, okay? Oh, I think you got a little sneak peek there. All right, now I will tell you something. For this card, typically it goes in this way. I actually ran it this way, and I know the snow isn't falling this way. I just wanted to have more stuff on my card, and I think it's going to work out fine that way. I just kind of like that because the snowflakes are kind of sparse up here. Okay. All right. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set myself up to finish my card. So I am going to attach my ribbon, and this is the shimmering white ribbon, I believe, out of the mini catalog, and it is shimmery. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that iridescent? Oh, it's iridescent. Excuse me, iridescent. There we go. And again, I'm going to do that faker bow to save me. You can see how much it's saving me. It's saving me this much, which every little bit adds up. And the next thing I'm going to do is just cut a little piece here. So, and tie this one off. Just a knot. And this will stay nice and simple, like so. So I've got the front of this ready, and you know what? I think I can set those aside for right now. Now, what I'm going to do with the mask is I'm going to take this little piece, and I'm going to take the snowflakes, and I'm going to be masking this little piece here, and I'm going to decide how I want to do it. I don't have to go all the way to the bottom. But in order for me to do it and make it the way I want it to, I'm actually going to dye my embossing paste. And you just use some re-inker. So I'm using the Azure Afternoon re-inker. And I am just going to take, and it doesn't take much. You can see I probably have too much there even. Okay. All right. And I'm just going to add 1 drop of the re-inker. And then I am going to mix this up. Okay. And I'm just going to blend it till it's well blended. I don't see any white in there. Okay, you can see it doesn't look like there's much, right? But that's going to be all I need. And I like using this whiter embossing tool thing. All right, so close this up immediately so it doesn't dry out. If it is dry, you can add a little bit of water there and see if you can bring it back to life. What I am going to do, I want to use it, I'm going to just angle this a little bit. Okay. I'm going to make sure I get it good and covered. I have found that this big one might smear a little bit with the embossing paste, so I don't like to use that a lot if I don't have to on this particular one. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is I am going to take this and just press it over top of my mask, just like so. And you can see it filling in the holes there. And that is all I need to do. And watch. I'm going to lift that up. And look at the magic. Oh, I did get a little smear there, but you can see how cool is that, right? Okay, and then that would need to sit aside and that would need to dry. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to set it aside and let it dry. Okay, and the other thing is with that embossing paste, you are going to want to take a wet wipe or take it down to the sink and get that cleaned off immediately. Otherwise, that's going to crust on there and it's going to be there forever. So do take the time to clean that off. Don't let it sit. The inks doesn't matter, but this sure does. And on this tool as well. You want to get that off there. Okay. And if you want to use your lid again, same thing. All right. So now I'm going to move that out of the way. And we are going to finish our card. So the stamp set that I'm using with this is adorable, I have to say. And it is the Berry Cute. Thinking about Christmas already. Isn't that ridiculous? I can't believe we're that close to Christmas. We are going to use the Memento pad, and we are going to stamp our little bear that's sitting up. Oops. You guys do know that if you're using the acrylic stamps, the clear stamps, you want to use something that has a little give under it. So our piercing mats work great, and that helps it to stamp a little bit clearer. Okay, there's our one bear. And let's do our second bear. Here he is. Okay, and then the big bear gets himself a little scarf because, you know, all bears wear scarves, right? So we're going to use Blueberry Bushel, and we're going to come in and we are going to add a scarf. Look how cute he is. Ah! Okay, there it is. And then, this is where the party ends. We have to fussy cut these out. Now this does come with a punch, but it's for the different bear. It coordinates with this bear. Okay, so you got to cut the other bear out. Okay, so we're going to fussy cut them out, and look how fast I am. Oh, look. Okay, there they are. All right, so we're going to set those aside. All right, then the other thing I want to do is I am going to create a little snowbank on the bottom here. So I have a little piece, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to use my scissors, and I'm going to freehand cut. And I'm going to start and just give it a little. There it is. That's all I got to do. I'm going to take a dauber, sponge dauber, my Azure pad that matches my Azure snowflakes, and I'm going to come in, and I am just going to go right on the edge just so I can just give it that. Can you see that little edge there? Okay. All right. And now, through the magic, I had one of these made and drying. So hold on. I got to grab it, of course, because heaven forbid I actually have it sitting where I need it. All right. So we're going to put that together. We're going to place that on our blueberry bushel. Okay. I actually had a different one. Oh well, we'll use this one. All right, we're going to place that on our blueberry bushel. Yes, we are. Oh, that one's dead. Okay. How many faux pas have I had tonight? Anybody counting? There's a lot. I should have, you know what? That's the contest I should have with my next live. How many faux pas will she make? And then the person who's closest gets a prize. That would be cool. All right. Then we're going to do this. We are going to place our little bears on there. What I want to do is I want to have a sentiment. So I am going to take the warm wishes. I am going to also stamp that. I will use the blueberry bushel. Put that aside. This is, you know what? This is the one I stamped. I like that one better. And it's almost dry. I wouldn't want to seal it just yet, but you know I'm touching it. So it's not that far off from being dry. And what I'm going to do is stamp my warm wishes. And then I want to go ahead and just cut these out. Sometimes I don't like the stamp totally together, so I will just separate them. Sandra, I'm glad I'm inspiring you to use your embossing paste. We all need to be inspired, don't we, sometimes to get that back out. So I've got my warm wishes, and I'm just going to place those right here and here. I'll use dimensionals on the back of this, and then let me show you the finished card. I swear. Here it is. All right. Here's what it looks like. What do you think? Got to get me those bears, right? That's what I'm thinking if I didn't have them. All right, so that's another way to use your embossing paste and your stencils, excuse me, your masks. All right, I have one more card. I may get this done. Thanks, Pat. I may get this done in an hour. That was my goal. So while I am cleaning up here, and then of course if you were with me earlier, you heard me knock my last card on the floor, so I have to pick that up. Yay! That's me. All right. I want to tell you that if you would like to recreate these projects and you want the dimensions and all that, I do have a PDF of all of these with complete directions. It is only $10. If you would like it, you can message me, or after the live goes on my page, I will put a link below it, and you just go in and fill out a Google form, and then I will invoice you. And it will be delivered right to your inbox. Okay. Now, I will tell you, this last card is a fun fold. And folks, don't boo me. It's not really that hard. Once you've seen it, so watch. Make sure you watch. And then if you get the PDF with the measurements, you can whip these out for any occasion. Okay. I cannot find directions for this card. Are you ready? So I made them up. So, it opens like so. Yeah? I thought I had it because I had seen one made like this, and then I couldn't find it anywhere. So, I do have directions for you. So, let me show you how we're going to create this, okay? All right. So, the first thing is we're going to use the houndstooth from the masks. And let's just hope that all the paper is in here, because it literally was shattered all over my floor. Okay, and okay, I think I have it all. Looky. Okay, and we're going to use Lost Lagoon, folded in half. That's our card base. I have my Lost Lagoon that is going to become my foldable piece. It's scored. Okay, and then I have crumb cake here that I am going to actually be using with my houndstooth. And then I've got some vanilla, a little bit of some espresso, some more crumb cake, and then I've gone ahead and I've taken some very vanilla, and I did Lost Lagoon in the houndstooth on that. I didn't figure you needed to watch me do that. So, okay, so let's go ahead and start the card. And this one I am going to try to go through with you step by step so that you don't have any problems putting it together. But again, once you do it, I think you'll be very pleased that it's really not that tough to do. Okay, I think I've got all the things out here. We'll see, won't we? We'll see. Definitely we'll see. Okay, so the very first thing you need to do is, if you're going to use what I'm using the Countryside Corner dies, these ones right here. I have got the two smallest ones. Now you could use a round circle, you could use the nested essentials that are out there, the diamond type shapes. All I'm going to do is, I'm going to try to move this into your range there, is I am going to take that, I'm going to take the card front, and I am going to take the crumb cake. I'm going to open that up just like so, and I am going to take the second smallest one. So if these were all on the platform together, these two would be the smallest two. This is the second smallest one, and I'm going to lay this over about 3/4 inches over and down, so it's not in the center of my card. That's key. That is key. All right, so once I get that on there, and I don't have this tacked together yet because I'm going to remove it. So I'm just going to lay it there. I'm going to put this on like so, and I'm going to come in and I am going to cut this through both layers, okay? All right, there we go. Now, what I have done, let me get rid of this machine here, taking up all this space. Okay, so now what I have done is I have two hexagons, and oh, I have a crooked hexagon. Oh, love that. We're going to make it work. And yay, faux pas number 45. Okay, so it's going to go through like this. I knew I should have cut that ahead of time. Well, whatever. All right. But now what we're going to do, we're going to come in with my nice crooked one. You know what? There is nothing imperfect about this. It's made with love. Okay. And we are going to take our crumb cake. And, oh yes, before I start, please tape it down. And we're going to add our crumb cake. Okay. And we're just adding that color, just like we did on that first card. And again, you're right, Stephanie, the circles, yep, very calming. Okay. And as I'm looking at it, again, if it's not quite even, that's fine. That gives us a variegated look. I'm good with that. All right. Okay. Yeah, that crooked look. Oh, that's lovely. Okay. So now, this is going to go on here eventually. It is actually going to be popped off. Okay. But now what I want to do is I want to show you how I am going to put together the folding apparatus. This is the only tricky part. I suggest you use tear and tape for this. All right. You are going to start with the side that is the smallest, and you are going to do a mountain fold. So that means it's going to come upward. Then you're going to do another mountain fold, and then you're going to do a valley fold. So it's going to look like this. Okay? Now, what you want to do here is open up your card, and you're going to place this about 1/3 of the way through your opening. So like this, okay? You are going to place your adhesive here and here. You don't want it to go through the middle of your opening. So let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm gonna lay it right here so I know, again, about 1/3 of the way into the opening. Gonna lay it here. And here. Okay. There you go. Now, can't tear it quite exactly, so I'm going to trim that. You see what I have there? Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and I am going to peel that off. Okay, so let's just, I don't know what happened to my take a pick tool. Where is it when I need it? Okay, because of course these, there we go. There's that one. And then taking this off. Okie doke. Well, nope. Okie doke, maybe. Again, fake nails, they're lovely until you need to use them. Okay, so now we've got, oh, for heaven's sakes. There. Okay, now go ahead and just place that. See how I'm making sure I've got it kind of centered in there? All right. There we go. So now you can see it's right through there. Loving the slanted look. Okay, now to get the rest of it, hold on, why is that? There we go. Come on. To get the rest of it, what we're going to do is we're going to either apply tear and tape or liquid glue. So I've got the tear and tape here, and I can make this happen. So just like this. And then over here, okay, And all we're going to do is magically, I wish I had a wand. All right, and there it goes. Well, look at that. Voila. And there's the other one. That worked much better. Now, the secret is leave it like so and close your card. Oh, wait. Oh, I almost blew it. I'm going to put this right here. And the reason I added this strip is because this, then you don't have to worry about it being exactly where you need it. So let me add this little strip here. All right. And you'll see here in a minute what I'm talking about. Okay. So we're adding it here. There we go. Now, close this. And my card opens. See how that works? You'll have a nice little square kind of in the middle. All right, so how do we get this on there? Easy enough. We're going to take the hexagon that we cut out, the Lost Lagoon one now, and it is going to get added right here. So when I add the adhesive, what I want to do is I only want to add adhesive up to the fold line of that narrow fold and over here. I want it to be able to rotate. So you'll see here. So I'm going to place this right in that hole. So yes, it's going to be nice and crooked when it comes out. Okay. But look, see? There it is. So it's going to go like this. Okay? And that's how you get it to open. Now we're going to add our houndstooth here, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to decorate it. We're going to use a great little set. And again, this can be any set that you want it to be. If you don't have this set, make it a different kind of card. Okay. I love me some liquid glue when it works. There we go. All right. All right. So the set we're using now to decorate this is the Pick of the Patch, these cute little pumpkins. And what I wanted to do was just to show you a little trick about stamping these, because these come with a punch. And a lot of people kind of freak out when they see this punch because they're like, ugh, I can never line my stamps up. So I wanted to just show you how you do that. It's pretty simple. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my punch and I'm going to make a template. Just like so. Now, if I were wanting to line my stamps up, what I do is I just lay them in here, face down, like this. And then I pick them up. So now, every time I stamp these pumpkins, I can use the punch and they will punch out exactly. Does that make sense? Alright, you can also punch directly through the template, but a lot of people don't like that. So, alright, so what I'm going to do is I am going to ink them first in pumpkin pie, and then to add a little interest, I'm going to come in, I'm going to add on my dauber some Cajun Craze, and I'm just going to add some coloring on the edges, and I really want to make this one almost all Cajun Craze combination. And oh, I should have that mat under, but we're going to hope that it works here for us. Okay. There you go. Now see, when I go to punch them, see the shading on there? When I go to punch them, they line up exactly. And they are ready to go. Okay. Also, it has a stem here. You're going to use that with your espresso. You can see I've taken the liberty of pre-making pumpkins. I also stamped one in the Lost Lagoon. This one had to be fussy cut. So I've got some pumpkins going here. I added the hexagon right here on the inside. Added a pumpkin on the inside like so. On the front, I cut out another hexagon, the smaller one. I stamped the sediment in Lost Lagoon. I tied some Lost Lagoon ribbon, and then I added dimensionals to that front that we had done with our mask, put it on the front. And let's pretend that this card was the one that I actually cut for you, and that's how we got this finished product. So I don't know exactly what it's called. I think I called it an attached Z-fold card. Again, all the directions are in that PDF. If you would like it, just give me a message or click the link that I'm going to post afterwards. So hey, I really appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out with me tonight. I'm sorry for all the faux pas, but hopefully you know that's me. And that's the way I roll, because nothing is perfect, and I am definitely not perfect. But I appreciate you guys being here. If you like this and you would like to see more of these, please let me know. I am happy to do this. I'm just trying to kick my business back up, and you just got to tell me what you want to see. So thanks. Happy stamping. Let me know what I can do for you, and have a great rest of your evening.